Terrific Tuesday, my Move the Chains audience. We are back with a new edition of this Move the Chains podcast. It is your host, Sammy McIntyre, back at it. I hope we're doing well today on this terrific Tuesday. What a game last night. What a snooze for most of it. I did not want to watch last night. Didn't give a shit, but I had Jamar Chase on my fantasy team. Shout out to Jamar Chase. Hell yeah, brother. He got me 38 last night. I was down 5 points to this guy I was playing against in my league, and he got my 38. I don't think that's just decent. That is decent, Ricky. I don't just like it. I love it, love it, love it. Okay. So that was my little diatribe to start. Dallas, Jesus Christ. I feel like I'm watching the same movie again. And Dallas has got some question marks. So Cincinnati. But I want to start with the Cowboys last night. I've been saying for 17 years now going on, I hate the Cowboys. Just gonna sugarcoat it. I know. Just being honest, like most American people, I'm sick of them. But they are entertaining. They do draw ratings. They're the biggest brand of football. I get all that. But last night, to me, kind of illustrated why Mike McCarthy, listen, he gets shit on, I get it. But he's a really good coach. And I did argue a couple weeks ago, he's like Sean McDermott, where it's like, the more he's around, the more cracks there is. I get all that. But Mike McCarthy's got one thing Sean McDermott doesn't have, and that's Super Bowl. And you're seeing how hard this team's playing hard for him near the end of the season. Now, granted, I get it was against Giants, Thanksgiving. God help us, Giants suck. I get it. But they're playing hard for him. I know Dak says they want to run it back with Mike McCarthy. My question is, do ya? I don't know. Because if I'm the Cowboys, I keep Mike McCarthy and retain him. I know that people like Skip Bayless hate him. I got it. And the playoffs have not done you justice. That I understand. But he's gotten you 12 wins the last 3 years. And also, I think Dallas missed their window because the NFC was kind of down. You had the Niners, Rams, Green Bay, young, and Chicago's shithole. So you had opportunities, Dallas, to win in those spots, and you didn't. And this is falling on Mike McCarthy. This is falling on Dak. Some of this falls on Dak because Dak was just throwing awful picks in the postseason. The Niners 2 years ago when their defense was balling out and Dak sucked and threw a couple picks that were shitty. And then the Green Bay playoff game last year was just atrocious. My dad and I were laughing at how bad Dallas was. It just didn't come out to play. I don't know what happened. You can blame the coaching. I don't know. But Green Bay worked them. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Dallas. I have compared Dallas lately, it's just to me, the Al Davis Raiders near the end with Al Davis. And RIP to Al Davis. He was a legend. He was a maverick. He changed the league. I get all that. But, man, I'm watching the same movie, man. And too much power to these players. And Jerry, listen, he's made a lot of money. But you gotta just take some vanity back and this ego back a little bit, Jerry. But again, who the hell do I know? He's probably listening to some jag-off in Indiana talking football. So I'm probably not going to hear my side of the story. But I just felt like last night, and it's just the same movie I've seen for over and over and over. It's like a demented kid. I keep getting tricked and fooled, and it's the same shit. And I got to throw this out there. Because last night, Micah Parsons, who's really getting on my fucking nerves, being honest, a little bit overrated for me, Mr. Podcaster. Yeah. Where were you last night? Didn't see any hits, no sacks. Got some hurries on Joey B. Where was your sacks at? Where are you at in these big primetime games? Because I don't see you. Oh, you're doing against the Giants. Oh, you're doing against everybody else. Where are you at against Philly? Where are you at against Green Bay? Where are you at against Detroit? Maybe next time, stop flapping gums, dumbass, and start playing. And stop bitching. We know you're a great player. No disputing that. But you're always, to me, more bark, not bite. And last night, him leaving the game before it even expired, that drives me nuts. And it pisses me off. And it starts with Jerry, and it needs to start with Jerry. He's the sole blame of this fucking problem with the Cowboys. And listen, I don't care. I'm just going off of what I see last night. I like to observe. But, man, it's just sad. And they got players, man. But this roster sucks. And you know what it falls to? Jerry. Because he kept saying in the offseason, oh, we're going to go all in. All in. All in on what? Nothing. All in on bullshit and fake promises to all these fans. You didn't do shit. You brought back Zeke Elliott? Like, what's that going to prove? Is this 2016 when I was in college and he was a stud? Oh, blow me. Come on now. Joke. I mean, it's just funny. Like, everybody's picking on McCarthy. You should pick on the owner. He's to blame for this. It's just, it boggles my mind that these, and Jerry, he's not, like, you can't have an 8-year-old running shit like this. It doesn't end well. It didn't end well with Al Davis with the Raiders near the end. It's not going to end well with Jerry. He's talking about, I want a Super Bowl, I want a Super Bowl. You're never getting one in this lifetime, brother. You had your shot. For 3 years, you won 12 games, and you couldn't capitalize on the weak NFC. That's on you. Now, they can run it back maybe with Mike and Dak. But you can't get rid of Dak. You can't. No, you get a new coach. But you want to take that contract on? I don't know. Fuck around, you're going to find out with the Cowboys, man. Because it is just a shame. And I just, to me, Micah Parsons needs to do a lot less talking and more doing on the football field. Because he's overrated to me. Because I don't see him when it really matters. We're putting a Micah Parsons missing Parsons report. Not missing person. Because a lot of times I don't see him in these big games. Green Bay didn't do shit. Against Saints this year, he played in that game. Oh, I talked all about it. Yeah. And then not going out, not shaking hands, that fucking infuriates me. And anybody who's a Bulls fan, who was during that COVID time, watch that Last Dance. I saw the Pistons do that shit, and it pissed me off. It's bad sportsmanship. Shows you're a coward. Shows you're a candy ass. Listen, you play sports, any level, you own up to it. When you get your ass kicked, you get your ass kicked. And you show some class, damn it. And Dallas doesn't show class at all. They show some dumbassery. That's what they show. So, they're playing hard for Mike McCarthy. I'll give you that. But, man, this movie it feels like Al Davis of Raiders all over again. And I'll get to the Raiders tomorrow. Because I got a lot to unload tomorrow. A lot of takes, so just stay put for that. But I wanted to flip side of the Bengals. I was thinking last night, I feel like I was watching an NBA game last night with the Bengals and the Cowboys, but mainly the Bengals. Because I feel like I was watching an NBA game because it's like, I don't care about this. I didn't give a shit about this game last night. I got home late from the gym, getting that curls for the girls. I was flexing, getting right. And I was keeping track of it as I was driving home. God help us. But anyways, besides the point. And I'm sitting here last night watching that Bengals game, and I'm sitting there going, are they ever going to support him? I mean, Patrick Mahomes has got to be smiling. Like, your two rivals in your own conference can't get their shit together. Now, the Bills more so than the Bengals, but you're still not supporting your quarterback. Like, where you let go of Joe Mixon? Bengals have to throw now. They have no run game. Say, Joey, put the Superman cape on, let's go. Now, Joe Burrow's capable of that, but you don't want your quarterback being the whole thing. And I just worry with the Bengals. And I talked to Dugan Hoffman about this, one of my buddies at the gym the other day. He's the biggest Bengal fan I know. And him and I were sitting there, it's the same shit. Like, they're never going to change. I don't know why they don't take risks. Like, why? You got Joey B. This, like, if this job was open, sign me up. I got Jamar Chase. I got Joe Burrow. I got Trey Henderson, who was a stud on the pass rush. Their defense had a lot of injuries this year, but they've been pretty good the last few years. Maybe this is just a down year for the Bengals. Who knows? And yet, Zach Taylor, I just watch him, and he rode off the back of Joe Burrow in that magical run of 2021. And I don't understand it. I don't get it. I've said this. The Bengals, to me, remind me of the Bears of the AFC. Their cheap ownership, their instability. Now, Bengals have more success than the Bears, but you guys get my point. Like, what's going on? Like, why? They didn't even send Jamar Chase? What are we fucking talking about? Hey, Paul Brown, get your head out of your ass. Sign him now. But you waited too long. So now he's going to want top of the market value, which, by the way, he deserves. That guy's the best. I said the other day, Justin Jefferson is one of the best talents, receiver I've ever seen. Jamar Chase entering that category. He is that good, that gifted, that speed, size, play strength, yak, all that. He's a stud. And the Bengals, to me, they just need to get Joe Burrow help. Protect him better. And I know Joe, has said the sacks. I get it. Those hits take a toll, man. And he better get going. Because it's just, to me, I'm worried he's going to become Dan Marino. Where he puts up all these numbers and they get to a Super Bowl, they never go back. And this is what happens when you pay your quarterback, Joe Burrow's worth it, all that money. So, I'm just warning signs. You got to put that out there. Because you're going to lose people. I get it. The Bengals lost safeties, Jesse Bates. They lost Joe Mixon, like I just mentioned. So, there's a lot going on with the Bengals that, needs to get uncovered. But it's just a shame because I love watching Joe Burrow play. And I was telling my dad this last night. We were watching the game. It's great having you guys in here. I'm watching him just in that shotgun. And it's like 7-on-7. It's just pick. And it's just a fun joy to watch. But I worry the Bengals, man. They're going to fuck him over. They're just not going to be smart. They're not going to be aggressive. They want to sit back. Okay, you sit back. Aggressive wins. Go for it. All in. You got this all-star quarterback. Do something to help him. Alleviate some of the burden off him. Make him more than Superman Cape like a couple times a game. Or a couple games. Not all the time. And I don't know what the Bengals are going to do. They remind me of the Chargers, too. Chargers are like the Bengals. Always had pretty good quarterbacks. Rivers, Palmer, Andy Dalton for that little bit. They went to the playoffs a lot. But I just sit back and go, why didn't they do more? Because they're cheap. And then the Bears and Chargers, same team to me. Except one's in the NFC and two in the AFC. But it's a shame because I love Joe Burrow and I love Jamar Chase. And it's crazy to think like that was 5 years ago. How crazy time flies. That team was assembled. Because that team is one of the best teams I've ever seen. I told my dad this last night. Like, that team had like 15 guys go drafted. It was stupid. It was like a talent mismatch. Like, varsity at the top to like JV. I mean, it was insane. And I love Joe Burrow. He's one of my favorite quarterbacks of all time. I just love the way he plays. But this kind of has a feel to it, like the Bengals, like with Stafford in Detroit and Dan Marino with the Dolphins. Like they had an elite coach with Miami, but they never could get into the Super Bowl. The defense is really bad, and I'm worried for the Bengals. Like, is this defense just a 1 year, like so shitty, so bad it's bad, or is it gonna continue? That's what you gotta ask yourself if you're a Bengal fan. So that's all I wanted to hop on here tonight and say. Like I always say every week, hit the like, subscribe, share button. I'm going to be posting more content throughout the week. Stay tuned, and talk to you guys soon.